Eminem has shocked the world once again. But this time, it's not about a diss track, not about a feud, and not even about a secret album drop. No, this is about something so outrageous, so unthinkable, that fans are saying it's proof. He's not just the greatest rapper alive, he might not even be human, because, against all odds, Eminem just did the impossible. He made the word silver rhyme. For decades, rappers and poets have joked that nothing rhymes with silver. It's been considered the holy grail of rhyming challenges, a word so unbreakable that even the sharpest lyricists wouldn't dare try. But now, Eminem has pulled off a lyrical miracle that the internet is calling the most mind-bending rhyme. In hip-hop history, the moment the line leaked, fans went into shock. Rappers from Drake to Kendrick to Jay-Z allegedly had private group chats lit up with disbelief. Some are saying this one rhyme might change rap forever. But the craziest part is the way Eminem did it is even more shocking than the rhyme itself. And trust me, what you're about to hear will leave you speechless. For as long as hip-hop has existed, rap has been about pushing boundaries, speed, flow, creativity, and the power of words. But when it comes to rhymes, there has always been a short list of so-called unrhymable words that every MC avoids. And at the very top of that cursed list, the word silver. Now, for most artists, this wasn't a problem. They simply worked around it. Why risk embarrassment trying to rhyme the impossible? Why attempt the lyrical equivalent of walking on water? But Eminem Marshall Bruce Mathers III has never been most artists. From his earliest days in Detroit, battling in grimy clubs where every punchline had to land like a knockout, Eminem built his legacy on one thing: proving people wrong. If the crowd said that can't be done, Eminem's response was always the same: watch me. His career has been defined by this obsession. Think about orange, another word people swore couldn't be rhymed. Eminem crushed that myth on live radio when he bent the word into 4-inch and door hinge, shocking fans and linguists alike. He took month and twisted it with hundreds of, proving he could manipulate sounds in ways no one else dared. Over the years, he's made a sport out of breaking the so-called rules of language, leaving dictionaries in the dust and teachers of poetry shaking their heads in disbelief. But even with all his past miracles, one word always lingered in the shadows: silver. Fans would spam him on Twitter, daring him to rhyme it. Interviewers would bring it up, laughing nervously, as if waiting for him to admit defeat. Other rappers would joke that not even Eminem could pull that one off. It became, almost mythical, the final boss of rap. The one barrier even the rap god himself couldn't smash. And maybe that's why when the rumor hit that Eminem had finally done it, the internet collapsed under the weight of speculation. Social media feeds flooded instantly. Words like impossible, legendary, and witchcraft trended worldwide. TikTok clips of fans screaming, crying, and even replaying the leaked verse on loop started circulating. Some swore it had to be fake. Others claimed it was generated. And yet, the delivery, the precision, the insane wordplay sounded undeniably like Marshall Mathers in peak form. Let's back up for a moment. You have to understand the timing here. Eminem hasn't exactly been quiet recently, but fans have been restless. They've been begging for another classic, another moment that proves Slim Shady is still untouchable in the streaming era. Drake is dominating charts. Kendrick is rewriting the rules of artistry. Even younger artists like J. Cole, Travis Scott, and Lil Baby are pulling headlines. But Eminem, his legacy is cemented. Yet some fans wondered, does he still have that spark? And that's when this happened. This wasn't just about rhyming silver. This was about Eminem stepping back into the spotlight and saying, without saying, I'm still the one. I'm still the king. The alleged verse leaked from a late-night studio session in Detroit. According to so-called insiders, producers who were accidentally in the room, Eminem was freestyling when he suddenly stopped, smirked, and said, "Y'all think silver don't rhyme." Bet. What came next was described as a nuclear moment. A bar so insane, so technically perfect, that everyone in the studio froze in silence before erupting in chaos. Phones were snatched out of hands. Security reportedly made people delete recordings. But of course, one clip survived. And that tiny clip is what started the firestorm we're seeing now. Think about the gravity here. This isn't just a rhyme. This is a man who built his career on the impossible, pulling off the ultimate impossible feat. And it's not just a gimmick. Insiders claim the way he flipped silver wasn't a stretch or a cheat. It was flawless, seamless, like he'd been waiting his whole life to pull this one trick out of his back pocket. Now the question becomes, how did he do it? What exact words did he connect? What technique did he use? And perhaps more importantly, what does this mean for the future of rap? Because some fans are already calling this rhyme the end of an era, a mic drop so powerful it might never be topped. But before we even get to the actual rhyme, you need to hear about the fallout, because the moment this leaked, it didn't just shock fans. It triggered something far bigger. Rivalries reignited. Old enemies took shots, and the industry. It's in chaos, and wait until you hear the first twist, because this wasn't just a rhyme. This was a shot aimed directly at someone Eminem has been holding back on for years. The internet was already spinning in shock over the leaked clip. Fans couldn't believe their ears. Whole Reddit threads were filled with theories, rewinds, and slowed-down breakdowns of the verse. But while everyone was focused on how Eminem rhymed silver, almost nobody caught the other detail, the context of the rhyme. And once people figured it out, the entire hip-hop world went into meltdown. Because this wasn't just a technical flex. This wasn't Eminem saying, "Look at me, I'm a lyrical magician." This was a direct shot at one of the biggest names in rap right now. And not just anyone, but Drake. The bar itself allegedly went like this. "You say you platinum. I see it's barely silver streams on a river. Industry shiver, numbers bought quicker than a scammer's dinner." The room froze when he said it. Not only had Eminem rhymed silver with river in a flawless multi-syllable structure, but he used it to humiliate Drake. Think about it. Drake has spent years being called out for botting his numbers, manipulating streams, and inflating his dominance. Eminem didn't just rhyme the impossible. He weaponized it into a diss. And the way he delivered it, cold, calculated, pure venom. Now, the second that line leaked, speculation ignited like wildfire. Fans immediately connected the dots. Eminem wasn't just flexing. He was reminding Drake that while OVO dominates charts, Slim Shady dominates respect. And in the battle for hip-hop legacy, respect is heavier than any plaque. But here's where the drama gets insane. Allegedly, the verse wasn't even meant to be public. Insiders claim Eminem has been quietly working on what some are calling a secret project, not a full album, but a vault of dangerous, industry-shaking verses designed to test his competitors. The Silver Line was one of those. And according to whispers in Detroit, it wasn't just Drake on the receiving end. The leaked verse might only be the tip of an iceberg, aimed at the entire rap industry. The first reactions came from fans who immediately flooded Twitter. Bro, did Eminem just destroy Drake with one rhyme? He made silver rhyme with river while calling Drake a fraud. This man is not human. Drake better drop something quick before this turns ugly. And ugly, it did turn. Within hours, fake but very believable screenshots of fake streams like silver screens. Numbers ain't realer. You actors playin' rap, but I'm the only true killer. In one sweep, Eminem turned silver into a metaphor. Fake awards, fake plaques, fake industry hype. And the message was clear: the rap game is corrupted, but Slim Shady is still here to tear the mask off. That's when other rappers started reacting. Kendrick's fans instantly began hyping him up, saying Em and Kendrick are the last real ones left. Pusha T allegedly liked a shady tweet that said, "Platinum don't mean nothing when it's bought." Even Jay-Z's camp, usually silent, was rumored to be amused by the situation, according to a so-called insider at ROC Nation. But the most shocking reaction: Drake's silence. And in hip-hop, silence is often blood in the water. And fans weren't letting go. Twitter threads compared Eminem's silver moment to his infamous Machine Gun Kelly Killshot. YouTube reactors made entire breakdown videos about how the multi-syllable structure of Silver, River, Shiver, Quicker was technically flawless. And TikTok was flooded with remixes, kids spitting the line over beats, comedians making skits, even voice actors doing dramatic reenactments of the studio meltdown. The meme economy exploded. #Silvergate started trending. Some fans even began saying that silver had become the new orange, a once impossible rhyme. Now forever owned by Marshall Mathers. But here's the part nobody saw coming, according to another leak. This time from someone claiming to be a sound engineer in the session. The silver rhyme wasn't even Eminem's hardest bar that night. He has even more impossible rhymes locked away. Words like purple, circle, and wolf allegedly all got flipped in ways that no one thought possible. If true, then the silver line wasn't a one-off. It was just the opening. Shot in a much bigger war, and the craziest part: this secret vault of rhymes is allegedly connected to an upcoming project. Some say it's a mixtape. Others whisper it's part of a Netflix documentary about Eminem proving his supremacy. But the most chilling rumor: that Eminem is preparing a final retirement-level statement. One so devastating it will end careers and cement him as untouchable forever. So what started as one rhyme suddenly became something much larger. A nuclear weapon pointed at the heart of hip-hop. And if you thought that was shocking, wait until you hear the next reveal. Because according to leaked DMIZ, there's one rapper who's already panicking behind the scenes. And they might just be plotting revenge. If you thought Eminem's silver rhyme was just a clever flex, Q couldn't be more wrong. Because what unfolded in the days after that leaked verse was nothing short of an earthquake in hip-hop. Suddenly, this wasn't about one rhyme. It was about power, respect, and survival. And the first cracks appeared where no one expected. Inside Drake's own circle, screenshots began flooding social media, supposed leaked DMs between Drake's closest allies. One in particular sent fans into a frenzy. It allegedly showed future messaging Drake. He just exposed the whole game with one word. "You gotta answer this, bro. Silence looks weak." Another, supposedly from Lil Wayne, was even harsher. "I raised you to fight, not fold. You letting him clown you with silver." Of course, nobody could confirm if these DMs were real, but they spread like wildfire. Fan accounts reposted them, YouTubers broke them down frame by frame, and Twitter ran with it as if gospel. And the more these leaks circulated, the more pressure mounted on Drake to respond. But here's where the shocking reveal dropped. Because while Drake was being dragged for staying quiet, another name suddenly got dragged into the chaos: Kanye. It started with a cryptic tweet from himself. Out of nowhere, Kanye posted, "Silver is my favorite color. Guess who taught Marshall that trick?" The internet imploded. What did he mean? Was Kanye claiming credit for the rhyme? Was he trying to troll Drake? Or worse, was this the beginning of another unholy alliance between two of Drake's most notorious rivals? Fan theories spiraled. Some believed Eminem and Kanye had secretly reconnected after years of distance. Others said the was just using the moment to stir drama and draw attention. But then, a leaked audio clip surfaced, allegedly from a private listening session Kanye held in Malibu. In the clip, Kanye could be heard laughing and saying, "Marshall's the only one who still got it. Drake's finished. Silver bullet, one shot, he dead." And just like that, the silver rhyme turned into a war anthem. Drake fans panicked. OVO supporters started flooding comment sections with defenses like, "Drake doesn't need to respond. His numbers speak louder than words. Eminem's washed. No one cares about rhyming silver in 2025. This is desperation from old." Heads, but every time they tried to spin it, M's fans came back harder, throwing the bars right back in their faces. Memes of Drake holding a silver participation trophy went viral. Edits of Eminem morphing into the Terminator with a silver bullet headline racked up millions of views. The narrative was crystal clear. Eminem had not only rhymed silver, he'd fired a direct silver bullet at Drake's empire. And then came the real explosion. An anonymous account dropped what they claimed was a leaked verse sheet from Eminem's vault. Typed lyrics, marked with timestamps, supposedly belonging to unreleased tracks. And buried in the middle was a set of bars even more devastating than the silver rhyme. "They buy-in, they plaques. But my bars deliver, they platinum on. Charts, but the soul is withered. I rhyme silver. Next is gold. Then I'm pulling the trigger." That last line, "pullin' the trigger," sent shockwaves. Was M threatening to drop a full-on diss track? Was the silver rhyme just the beginning? Fans called it Killshot 2.0, a reference to Eminem's brutal takedown of Machine Gun Kelly years earlier. But it wasn't just fans speculating. Industry insiders started chiming in. DJ Academics went live on Twitch, claiming he'd heard multiple unreleased Eminem verses that went way harder than the silver bar. A Rolling Stone article even suggested Eminem was preparing a retirement label. Mic drop project designed to torch the industry and walk away untouchable. And just when the hype couldn't get bigger, the unexpected twist hit because suddenly Kendrick Lamar's name started trending. At first, it wasn't clear why. But then, fans noticed something chilling in the leaked verse sheet. One of the unreleased rhymes allegedly mentioned Compton. And one fan theory blew up that Eminem and Kendrick had secretly teamed up. Think about it. Two of the most respected lyricists alive, uniting to dismantle the industry's fakery. Fans called it rap's Infinity War. Memes of M and Kendrick as Thanos and Iron Man flooded timelines. And yet, a darker rumor emerged at the same time. Some insiders claimed Kendrick wasn't teaming up, he was actually the next target. That Eminem, in his mission to prove he could rhyme the impossible, was planning to take down everyone, including the one rapper fans thought untouchable. The suspense was unbearable. Would M and Kendrick form an alliance? Or was Slim Shady preparing to go nuclear on Compton's golden child? By now, the silver rhyme wasn't just a lyric. It was a movement. Twitter spaces were filled with debates. TikTokers posted breakdowns like it was the Zapruder film. Instagram pages pumped out theories daily. Fans were camping on Eminem's social media waiting for him to post anything, a caption, an emoji, even a hint. But M stayed silent, watching the world burn in real time. And the silence only made it worse. Every day he didn't speak, the myth grew. Every hour Drake didn't respond, his image took another hit. The world was now split into two camps. Those who believed Eminem had just ended an era of hip-hop, and those who thought Drake was plotting the most savage comeback in history. But then, one last leak dropped, and it was the most shocking of all. According to an anonymous source on Discord, the silver rhyme wasn't even written this year It had allegedly been sitting in Eminem's notebook for over a decade. If true, that meant Marshall had been holding on to this bombshell, waiting for the perfect moment to drop it, and fans couldn't help but ask if he's been saving silver all this time. What else has he been hiding? The moment the silver rhyme spread beyond hardcore rap circles, it was like gasoline on an open flame. This wasn't just hip-hop news anymore. It was global. News outlets that usually wouldn't touch rap beef were suddenly blasting headlines like, Eminem achieves the impossible. Rhymes silver. Sparks industry chaos. Billboard Drake silent after Eminem's impossible rhyme discomplexes. This the end of an era for chart rap. Rolling Stone, every outlet had a take, and every take made the drama feel bigger than life. But the public reaction, that's where things truly went nuclear. Twitter became a war zone. On one side, Eminem's fans celebrated like they'd just witnessed history. They spammed #SilverBullet, posting clips, breakdowns, and memes that made Drake look like a ghost of his former self. On the other side, Drake's diehard supporters fought back, insisting charts and sales would always matter more than rhyming. A dead word. The clash was brutal. M just killed Drake with silver. Legacy greater than streams. Drake has platinum plaques. M has rhymes no one cares about anymore. One rhyme just destroyed a whole empire. #Silvergate. OVO runs the game. Eminem's just bitter in Detroit. It wasn't just fans. Celebrities started chiming in, and that's when the battlefield expanded. 50 Cent, never one to miss a chance to stir the pot, posted on Instagram, told y'all, don't play with Slim, he'll rhyme your whole career away. The post racked up over 1 million likes in hours. Snoop Dogg went live, laughing uncontrollably as he said, "Silver. Man, Marshall really different." Meanwhile, the OVO camp looked nervous. Party Next Door tweeted, and then deleted, "Some battles ain't worth fighting." That single line fueled endless conspiracy theories that even Drake's own team knew he was cornered. Then came a shocking twist. Nicki Minaj liked a fan tweet that said, "Drake's silence after M's silver bar is louder than any verse." Screenshots spread instantly, with fans accusing her of switching sides. Barbs and OVO stands clashed viciously online, turning old alliances into fresh betrayals. But the loudest celebrity response, Jay-Z's camp. For years, Jay and M have had a quiet, mutual respect. But now, one of Jay-Z's longtime producers tweeted, "Respect to Marshall." That man just reminded the world why we fell in love with hip-hop in the first place. Industry insiders began whispering, if even Jay-Z's people are co-signing this, Drake might be in deeper trouble than anyone imagined. And then, the media frenzy escalated further. Talk shows and podcasts jumped in. Joe Budden podcast called it the biggest lyrical flex in 20 years. Charlemagne Tha God went viral with a clip where he shouted, "Drake ain't surviving this, Silver killed him." Period. Every platform had the same burning question, will Drake respond? But while Drake stayed quiet, fans noticed something chilling. His Spotify numbers began to dip, not by millions, but enough to spark headlines like Eminem effect. Drake streams down after silver rhyme drama. Whether real or exaggerated, it only made the narrative stronger. Eminem had hit where it hurt most. Meanwhile, YouTube exploded with reaction videos. Popular reactors screamed on camera, clutching their heads in disbelief as they replayed the rhyme. One TikTok clip showing a fan falling off his chair yelling "Silver" hit 15 million views in 2 days. The moment had become bigger than the rhyme. It was a cultural phenomenon. But perhaps the most dangerous reaction came from inside the industry itself. Whispers spread that other rappers were suddenly revisiting their verses, terrified of being the next target. Labels allegedly called emergency meetings to strategize how to protect their artists from getting dragged into the firestorm. Some even claimed certain collabs with Drake were being put on pause until the storm passed in one leaked insider email. A high-ranking exec wrote, "We need a plan. Eminem just reset the playing field. Optics are bad. Investors are watching." If true, that meant this wasn't just about rap pride. It was about money, contracts, and the entire industry power structure. And yet, in the middle of all this chaos, Eminem said nothing. No posts, no interviews, no clarifications. Just silence. That silence turned him from a rapper into a mythical figure. Every hour he didn't speak, the internet filled the void with theories. Was he planning a diss track? A surprise album? A joint record with Kendrick? Or was he just sitting back, enjoying the chaos he'd unleashed? By now, it wasn't just a rhyme, it was a war. And everyone knew the next move could decide the future of hip-hop. But just when? Fans thought they'd seen it all. An even more shocking twist was about to drop. Because a new leak suggested that Eminem hadn't just targeted Drake. He might have also taken aim at someone nobody ever expected. Just when the dust seemed to be settling, when fans thought this was simply Eminem versus C. Drake, the bombshell hit. A new leak surfaced, and it sent the internet into absolute meltdown. Because according to this leak, the silver rhyme wasn't just aimed at Drake. It was aimed at someone Eminem has never openly attacked in his career: Jay-Z. The alleged extended version of the verse contained a buried line that fans hadn't caught at first: "Platinum lookin' silver next to a rhyme deliver, empire built on sand. Watch the blueprint quiver." The word blueprint lit the internet on fire. Fans instantly tied it to Jay-Z's legendary album, The Blueprint. 'Twas Eminem, after decades of quiet respect, finally firing a shot at Hov. The theories exploded. Some said M was accusing Jay of being part of the same fake number system he accused Drake of. Others claimed the blueprint quiver line meant M was shaking the very foundation of Jay's legacy. Either way, it was a seismic twist nobody saw coming, and the reaction: pure chaos. Jay-Z fans were outraged, flooding social media with defenses of their idol. ROC Nation affiliates quietly unfollowed M-related fan pages. Meanwhile, conspiracy theories flourished. Maybe Jay and M had fallen out behind the scenes. Maybe a private business deal went sour. Or maybe, just maybe, Eminem had been saving this silver rhyme not just as a technical flex, but as the nuclear trigger to dismantle the entire hierarchy of rap. Suddenly, this wasn't just about one word. It was about everything: respect, power, history. Eminem wasn't just rhyming silver. He was rewriting the rulebook of who holds the crown. But here's the wildest twist of all. Insiders claim this wasn't the endgame. According to one anonymous producer, the silver bar was only the first of 10 impossible rhymes Eminem has locked away. Each one, they say, is tied to a diss aimed at a different rap titan. Silver was Drake. Purple is rumored to be J. Cole. Circle, possibly Travis Scott and Wolf. No one even wants to imagine what that's going to sound like. If true, it means Eminem has been quietly preparing the most savage lyrical campaign in hip-hop history. A campaign that could pit him against every major rapper alive, one by one. Rhyme by impossible rhyme. Fans are already calling it the Impossible Rhymes Project. Some even whisper that M is gearing up for his final act. One last apocalyptic drop that will burn the industry to ashes and crown him as untouchable for eternity. And the cliffhanger. Eminem's team just made it worse, because yesterday, without warning, Eminem's official Twitter posted a single word: silver. No context, no follow-up, no promo. Just that one word. Within minutes, millions of likes poured in. Celebrities commented in disbelief. Fans begged for answers, and rivals. They fell dead silent. Now, the world is holding its breath. Is Eminem about to drop a full diss track? Is there really a vault of impossible rhymes aimed at the biggest names in rap? And if Silver was just the beginning, who's next? So here we are. One single rhyme, one word that the world swore was impossible has flipped hip-hop on its head. Eminem didn't just rhyme silver, turned it into a silver bullet aimed at the heart of the industry. Drake's silence has fans screaming. Jay-Z's name just got dragged into the fire. And whispers of a vault full of impossible rhymes